And we are back, and honestly, what a performance that was. Probably our best pre-season performance so far, despite technically it actually being our worst result. But performance-wise, that was absolutely amazing from Manchester United. A lot of positives to take from that game. But we will start with the elephant in the room, and that was the boos from the, I'm assuming, United supporters. I would be very surprised if there were a lot of Crystal Palace supporters in the Melbourne Cricket Ground today. Certainly for the amount of noise being made every time Harry Maguire got the ball. Think what you will about certain players. You shouldn't be treating any of your own players like that. So disappointing to see that from the fans in Australia. But they were soon shut up by how good Manchester United played. And we will start with Anthony Martial, who really looks to be back to his best in this pre-season. Hopefully it can carry on into the start of the season. And genuinely, you've got to ask the question now that when Ronaldo's back, does he even get in the team? I suppose that will become apparent when he is available again, if indeed he does stay, which I think he will. But branching off from Martial, you then have that second row of Rashford, Bruno and Sancho, who again all looked fantastic. Rashford's still probably the slowest in terms of like getting up to full sharpness, but he's looking better. And the first time ever, even though it was a pre-season game, but the first time ever that we had Sancho, Martial and Rashford all on the same score sheet, which is absolutely lovely to see. And then even from then, you extend it back to Dalot and Malacia, who I thought were fantastic, really quick, good at getting forward, still potentially a little bit iffy defensively, but how many times have I said that about the likes of Trent and Robertson and Cancelo and whatnot for the big teams? Modern day footballers, certainly modern day fullbacks, need to be arguably even better going forward than they are defensively. So it's good to see positive signs from Dalot and Malacia. The only real negative, other than what happened to Maguire, I would say from that first half was Scott McTominay. I said in my video regarding who I would keep and who I would leave that this was a massive season for McTominay. I still think he has the potential to be Manchester United's standout midfielder, driving box to box, the sort of Yaya Toure type of thing. But from what I've seen in these 3 pre-season games thus far, he's probably not going to make it. It was no surprise that the only substitution at half-time was McTominay off for Donny van de Beek. And obviously with Eriksen coming in, you would expect him to start over McTominay, and then the potential still of signing Frenkie de Jong as well really starts pushing McTominay down the order. So I think potentially his career at Manchester United is now in serious doubt. As for Donny himself, I have to admit, I thought he had a really good second half and played a big part in both goals that we did score in the second half. His movement, his just good ball playing, just so much better than what McTominay was offering in that first half. And like I said, with him creating more space, it allowed 2 absolutely phenomenal team goals from Manchester United in that second half. I think the only real other downside that happened in that game was after the first teamers came off and the youngsters came on, we did concede another goal from a corner, and it was still De Gea in goal. So one of my major red flags around De Gea still rearing its ugly head, a header in the 6-yard box from a set piece. Yes, there were young defenders on the pitch, so maybe you can help some of the blame on them. But I do expect De Gea to do better in those sort of situations. So my one small blip on De Gea so far on this tour after what has been a very good tour for him as well. Now, you would have seen in the thumbnail that I have questioned whether or not we are title contenders after this performance, and honestly, no, not even close. We still need the new signings to come in. I think Eriksen and Martinez do make us more competitive, but we definitely need a minimum of probably 3 or 4 more world-class signings to really consider ourselves actual title contenders, because the second string just isn't quite up to it, and we saw that again today in those last 20 minutes with obviously conceding, then one of our young defenders getting sent off, and it's just the overall style of play just wasn't as good without the first teamers on the pitch, which is not something you can say for the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City. So are we title contenders? No, not yet. Can we get there in the next couple of years? If we keep going at the trajectory we've certainly started off in this pre-season, who knows? But for now, we look ahead to Aston Villa, then Atletico Madrid, before Brighton and then Brentford in the Premier League, before the real test against Liverpool in the Premier League on match day 3. So, as always, thank you very much for watching my reaction. I will be, of course, reacting to the Aston Villa game at the weekend, where hopefully it will not be as hot as it is today. Thank you very much for watching.